Hi, hello, and welcome back. And today I am interviewing
AbsoluteVrChaos, also known as Light.
Light. So, Light, I
Okay.
have a few questions for you today. As someone
Okay.
who has inspired me to start doing my own stuff,
Aw,
I want to thank you for starters. Because
you're welcome.
if it weren't for you and, the opportunities and just who you are as a person, just being supportive and overall just a really good friend, I want the people on my channel to know who you are, to know one of the people who
Aw,
have inspired me.
okay.
So, for starters, what was the reason for you to start making videos? Like, what was your I want to do this moment?
I've always wanted to be an actor, and I couldn't quite get into Hollywood, so I didn't have the resources. So the resources I did have was YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so those are the resources that I started using. I just
Did
wanted
you?
to act.
And I think that's something that a lot of people can kind of relate to. Um, did you have any inspiration to start making content? Like, I know you said you wanted to act, and obviously, that is a much harder sort of career to get into. Did you have anybody
hmm
that you looked up to?
Ryan Reynolds.
He's a very funny
Come
man,
on. hmm Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Is there any specific
There's a few
role?
other. Um, well, Robert Downey Jr. as well, but I liked Deadpool. I liked his quirkiness in Deadpool with Ryan.
Deadpool was a
So
very fun character, and I could not
yes,
imagine anybody playing him otherwise. So, the content that you are currently making, did you ever really imagine this to be the sort of content you would be making?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I used to have a puppet channel back in the day, and then things kind of went. So I started up VR chat content, and this is what I started to do. Actually, what I originally did on this channel, if you look far back enough, I was doing Batman videos. And then I kind of people didn't they kind of watched it, but it didn't get much traction. So I started doing VR chat, and then VR chat is where it got a lot of the traction. So VR chat is where I'm at. So
And
yeah.
that's actually kind of interesting because that I guess that kind of answers another one of my questions. So, you moved from gaming over to VR chat, which, yes, I know it's still gaming, but
hmm
I did go all the way back to your channel, and like when I first started following you, I did notice the Batman VR games. So, was the switch from playing video games to VR chat content like you are now, is that solely due to just that's not what is getting your views, not getting the follows?
Yeah, you know, the whole point of me wanting to act is to have an audience, and if I don't have an audience to act for, what's the point? So otherwise, I'm just kind of singing in the shower.
Yes, and I think that's kind of understandable.
Yep.
All right. So, out of everything, like you could have been literally anyone in VR chat. Why a dragon?
Um, because when I first came to VR chat, I was actually a Luna avatar because I liked the Hell of a Boss thing. I came to a dragon because I saw it in a Prismix world, and I noticed it had features.
My. Well,
So, yeah. So anyway, aside from those features, I was like, oh, this is actually a pretty good model. I think I want to support the creator of it, so I bought it off of Gumroad, and then I had someone put my Sona colors on it, and voila.
So, before you ever really came into the VR world, you were already a part of the furry community then?
Oh yeah, I've been part of the furry community for 20 years.
What got you into the community?
Back on Second Life, I started on Second Life, and well, actually, Second Life is what really started me with the VR, the not the VR community, shit, the furry community. But prior to that was Disney. I liked Disney shows and things with creatures and stuff, and I always figured it'd be kind of cool to be one of those creatures. Moved from that to Second Life, and I met a bunch of furries on Second Life, and that's what really gave me the final push to become a fairy. So, and then I discovered VR chat, which is like, you know, better than Second Life in my opinion, where you can actually, be in the character, which that was like perfect for me because I can't afford a fursuit. So this was the next best thing to definitely,
I,
express
s-
myself.
I see. I see. And the whole going back to Disney thing, again, I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that. It is a very common thing that you see amongst the fandom where a lot of people are like, oh, I really had a thing for the Robin Hood movie or the Lion
Mm-hmm.
King. So I think that's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. I genuinely, because, you know, like there's not that big of an age difference between you and me, but still, it's nice to see that even though you've been in the fandom for almost 5 years longer than I have, but you started off kind of in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have two more questions for you. For one, I
Okay.
want you to be able to plug yourself. Where can people come find you? As I mentioned earlier, you
Uh,
do have a Discord that I mod in.
Yep, I do have a Discord. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me, but you can also get a hold of me through my TikTok channel or my Instagram channel. Um, I'll have the exact same username, AbsoluteVrChaos, all one word.
And I
So,
will at you
but
in the video.
awesome, awesome. But yeah, my Discord is probably the best way, which is in my bio. So that's probably the best way to reach me is Discord.
Yes, and it's a great community there. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, I do have a question from one of our more loyal members.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What's up?
So, from Dog Day, they want to know, were
Oh,
you ever nervous about posting your first videos?
yep. Because the thing with posting, you have to find your right community. Because when you first post, the algorithm is trying to find you that community, so they just kind of throw you to the dogs, and it gets pretty rough. You get a lot of haters and stuff. It gets rough. But once you eventually get that community, it's a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to post videos because you know the majority of the people that watch your stuff will be in favor of what you post. So,
Yes. It's not necessarily easy, nor is it
nope.
extremely hard. I think TikTok has kind of gave everyone a easy into this sort of content making fandom or creator sort of like it gives people this in. And
Yes.
with people like you on this app, on other apps, I think you give a nice positive sort of like feel that anyone can do it. I mean, again, you've inspired me to do it. And I want to thank you for
Wow.
that.
You're welcome.
And I do think that will be the end of this video. I know we didn't get a whole lot of questions, but if you have more, you can always go to the Discord. It's a great community there, a lot of lovely folks. So please, come join us, and we hope to see you there.